Horror films can follow a familiar path, such as the classic slasher, the supernatural paranormal route, or can go the way of Amulet and completely throw a mind at you. Like, seriously, what the heck was the last third of this movie? That creature, those flashbacks, and what happened to Thomas? Well, don't worry, because today we are going to break down all of the bad craziness of Amulet and try, big emphasis on try, and explain this film in the easiest way possible. Hello everyone, Jared here, and today we are talking about one of the latest video-on-demand horror films, Amulet. Today we are diving deep into this movie because this is absolutely bonkers. We are going to be touching on what that ending means, the symbolism, kind of themes that the filmmakers put in there, and where exactly do our main characters wind up at the end of this wild, wild journey. So sit back and relax as we explain this latest horror film, Amulet. Yeah, this one is completely bonkers. So it is safe to say if you're watching this video, then you've watched Amulet and are just as confused as I am. If not, here's a quick refresher.
Amulet opens with roughly 10 minutes of production company logos, so you never fully know when the movie has started or not, but we are quickly introduced to a man hanging out in the woods, working as a border patrol guard, whom we later find out is Thomas. After discovering a strange little amulet, a quick flash forward springs us to present day, as Thomas wakes up in what appears to be a homeless encampment, having his hands and legs duct taped because of his night terrors, and now searches for odd jobs outside of the British Home Depot, properly named Home Depot. After a building fire, Thomas wakes up in the local hospital due to smoke inhalation, having been saved by Sister Claire, who claims that Thomas has a higher purpose in this world. Oh yeah, and then there's a bloodied pregnant woman that's giving birth on the floor in the hospital. I mean, it's not the best hospital. Sister Claire offers Thomas a place to stay along with food as long as he helps around the home with some repairs. Once they arrive at this strange rundown building, it is clear something is amiss because another woman, Magda, and her sick mother are staying in the home as well. Oh, maybe, you know, Sister Claire is just a helping type. She likes to help people out until we find that she actually stole Thomas's money and threw it in the gutter. Something isn't right here. The film continues with the strange atmosphere of the home and the noises from the mother in the attic. Magda is a quiet woman explaining her mother is very ill and sometimes abuses her, but is always there to take care of her. Confusing, I know. Moving along, Thomas continues to flashbacks to the time that he was a patrol guard, as a woman named Miriam stays with him and wants to cross the border of the war to reunite with her daughter. The next day, Thomas is trying to fix the toilet, only to discover that a rat is in the water heater. Oh geez, that is not a rat. It's literally like a fleshy, pale bat creature. What is going on here? And this is where Amulet just gets weirder and weirder, with more flashbacks that show Thomas and Miriam potentially having some sort of relationship, but there is PTSD elements that have latched onto Thomas, claiming he is scared to go home. As he now starts a slow relationship with Magda, only to find that the mother upstairs isn't actually Magda's mother, but something far more sinister. She is a Batwoman. Well, actually more of a woman bat because she is bleeding and gives birth to another fleshy bat creature until Magda curb stomps that some beach, stating that it's always like this around her time. So, yeah, her mother is a up bat person. Continuing with the story though, Thomas states that the mother, or now I guess demon, is weak and he is going to kill it, therefore saving Magda from her life of servitude. But it obviously goes sideways as Thomas is bit by the demon, only to stab it in the throat. Thinking he has won, the demon removes the blade, only to seek revenge on Thomas. However, is stopped by Magda, stating that they belong together. And whispers, there is no escape from the demon, as Thomas is defeated and Magda and the demon gently hold hands.
Okay, now that we're all caught up on Amulet, let's get into the last third of this film, where some crazy, unexpected, unexplainable, weird, crazy things happen in this movie. Yeah, like buckle up, because this one is about to get weird. Okay, so Thomas has discovered what this true attic dweller is, but he continues to claim he can save Magda, referring to her and her mother, stating this to Sister Claire, saying that he is able to save her and free her, which will in turn finally make him happy again. As he returns to the house, a quick flashback refers to the time with Miriam, but she seems distraught. Frightened, she takes off running into the woods, only for Thomas to chase her down, tackling strangling her and appears to sexually assault her against her will. So that's why Tomas wants to be a good man again. He has committed a horrible act combined with the PTSD he suffers from the war. This is most likely why Sister Claire has approached him to better his life, and it is his destiny. He has to make up for the sins by now saving Magda from the demon up in the attic that she is now a slave to. Once back at the home, Magda and Tomas have a soft chat, only to end with them getting down to Funky Town.
Won't you take me to Funky Town?
But something isn't right. Tomas feels ill, getting sick in the bathroom, and passes out, only to wake up to Sister Claire over him, but she isn't wearing her nun outfit. And here comes the one of the many twists that are revealed in Amulet, as it is revealed that Sister Claire was never actually a nun. That's right, she somehow tricked Tomas into this situation, now claiming that he will be the next demon in the attic. And with every demon comes a companion that must take care of them. Yeah, it's some weird messed up Beauty and the Bat person lore in this one, as Tomas interrupts her, stating that he wants Magda and only her. Claire argues that this isn't how this works, until Tomas cuts in, stating that he will kill the demon in the attic because it is weak and Magda will be free to be with him. As he approaches the attic, Magda begins to pray for him, because we all know how the first showdown throwdown went between these two. As Tomas slowly approaches this demon of sorts, he picks up a random newspaper clipping only to discard it. He is now face to face with the demon, taunting it with a makeshift doll, only to slice that some beach's head clean off her body. The demon is toast, as Tomas is victor. Tomas, now being some sort of pervert or doing some more investigating, throws back the robe of this dead demon, only to reveal the unthinkable: a penis. Wait, what? How? Who? What is happening? Tomas quickly remembers running back over to that newspaper clipping that he'd picked up earlier with the headline, "Missing Man Accused of Murdering Wife and Mother of 6 to Marry Daughter." This man's name was Christopher General, as all of the pieces of the puzzle come back with the memories of the tool bag etched with CG earlier in the film, and Claire stating, "The house belonged to a man we knew," along with, "The house is full of things, very few are actually ours." Tomas is horrified, now learning that this demon creature that gave birth to a fleshy bat was in fact Christopher General, a man. Things start to get even more bonkers, so hold on, peoples. Tomas now notices the lights begin to flicker, leading him to a glowing doorway. Tomas slowly paces over to it, opening the door to reveal a giant glowing shell of sorts. If this wasn't absolutely bananas, he crawls into the shell only to reveal even more craziness, as a different realm of sorts is inside this shell, and a real-life amulet from earlier in the movie is atop of shrine and is moving. This amulet from earlier in the movie was a warning sign and has led him to where he is now. This alien being of sorts states, "Welcome, Tomas. Don't you find me beautiful anymore? You used to, didn't you? Isn't this what you wanted?" Freaked out, he leaves the shell, only to begin to have excruciating pain in his abdomen. Sister Claire is there saying, "You've eaten well, but now it's time to pay for it." As Tomas screams in even more pain as his abdomen begins to grow, what is happening to Tomas? It continues to grow, and blood begins to shoot out between his legs. Seriously, what is happening in this movie? Claire now whispers, "Don't be scared, Tomas. You'll make a wonderful mother." Holy Santa Claus shit. Tomas is now the new demon, pregnant, and will now give birth to those fleshy bat things from earlier. As the movie fades to black, we now see a car traveling down a secluded road, only to stop at a gas station. Magda goes inside to pay for the gas, only to see a young girl hanging out outside, and the gas station attendant appears to be Miriam from earlier in the movie's flashbacks. Miriam is alive. Magda buys some gross grade D meat and chats with Miriam for a bit, saying that they, quote, "need to be strong and never to forget, handing over the amulet from earlier in the movie to Miriam. As Magna hits the road again, she throws the gross meat into the back seat, only to reveal a decrepit hand reach out from underneath a blanket, and we can conclude that this person is now Tomas as the new demon, but he is able to be with Magda as his companion. The end. So that is the end of Amulet, sort of this mystery thriller, haunted house, demonic movie that ends up being a man just trying to do right for his wrongs. But what exactly does it mean? What sort of symbolism and themes were the filmmakers really going for? Well, we were able to narrow it down with two potential interpretations that very much weave together. Okay, so after a lot of thinking and a lot of drinking, I believe that the filmmakers were going for a combination of two separate ideas here in Amulet. The power of strong women, or feminism, if you want to call it that, and the price of absolution and retribution. Let's take the first one of feminism here. It shows the main struggles of these two separate women, Magda and Miriam, even after the hell that they were put through of being assaulted and essentially being cast as the housemaid to take care of someone else without having their own life. They remain strong. Their belief of getting through hell has granted them freedom in a way, with Miriam being reunited with her daughter and Magda no longer being a slave to this rundown house and experiencing life on the road. But there are also other hints here in Amulet of strong women, such as the woman giving birth in the hospital and the symbolism of birth being a painful act that others may take for granted. All of this in turn weaves in with the other angle of forgiveness, absolution, and retribution. Tomas has done some horrible things in the past, hence the night terrors, and he is searching throughout this whole film for a way to get rid of those memories and to become, I guess, a good man once again. This in turn shows him fixing up the home, caring for Magda, and in turn slaying the demon because he thinks this is what is right, even though Magda has gotten this under control. This in turn takes a literal what the f framework when Tomas climbs into that giant shell and has a literal transformation. This is the length he will go to be absolved of his sins. Side note, shells in the terms of Christianity are said to be tied to baptism, which is again absolving of someone's sins. This shell symbol is seen both on the ceiling earlier in the film and of course towards the end in the literal giant shell that Tomas climbs into. So Tomas's journey from lost soul to having purpose does in fact lead to some unholy consequences. Obviously, him turning into a literal demon was far from ideal, but you can also see how these evil actions in the past can haunt someone through and through even after a transformation into a quote-unquote good person takes place. It really shows how evil can seep into every inch of a person's life. This also in turn can be attributed to Christopher General, the first person to be turned into a demon. He had been accused of murdering his wife, and this evil in turn had took hold of him and transformed him into the demon that we saw, suffering in the shoes of one that he had wronged. So Amulet is sort of a story of forgiveness in a way, and can be seen as vengeance, proving to someone, almost showcasing the hardships and torment another has gone through. Or it's just a literal haunted house film combined with some sort of evil demons that latch onto a corrupt man who has been lured there by Magda and Claire, whom is posing as a nun. I mean, either or. So that is it, the latest horror film Amulet, broken down for you guys, explaining the ending, explaining the themes of this crazy, literal batshit crazy film. So what did you guys think of this movie? What did you guys think of this ending? I want to know in the comments down below. Anyways though, as always, thank you so much for watching. Watch some more videos up there or right over there, you know, brand new content every single week here on the JBuck Studios channel. I love doing these Ending Explained Poorly videos, but they take a lot of time and a lot of resources, so please like it and watch it. Follow all of my social media down there, like this video, subscribe to the JBuck Studios channel, and until next time, we'll see you later.